Hello, and once again welcome to my workshop. Now today's video is going to be a little bit of a mixed bag. Essentially it's a laser video. So today I'm going to show you how you can use Carveco with your laser. And it will actually save you time 100-fold. I'm going to show you the whole process of what I mean. So we'll start off with this relatively simple image. But if I told you to be able to cut this image out in something like CAD or paper or wood for that matter, thin wood, just to program that or to draw the vectors for that could take you 2 hours maybe. I'm going to show you a method to construct the vectors in there in less than 2 minutes. Right, so here is our image. Now I'm just going to show you first of all what you would have to do to be able to get it into laser cut. Okay, so there's laser cut, which is a good program. I swear by it, but it does have some limitations. I'm also going to fetch up Windows Paint Utility. So we're going to use this first. So what you need to do is simply drag and drop your image into Paint. Now this is a JPEG image, so you would need to just simply save it as a bitmap, BMP. Now this is the process that you would go through not using Carveco. That will come in a minute or two. Okay, now we get rid of that. So we've changed that image now into a bitmap, and now we can bring that into laser cut. So to bring it to laser cut, come here, import, and scroll down till we come to bitmap, and there it is. Okay, and it's, look, it's a little pixely, but that's okay. Okay, so I've just zoomed into an area. It really doesn't matter. So you would go to the Bezier tool, and let's say, for example, we're going to do this one here. And you would trace a line, much better than what I am actually doing here, all the way around. And this is very, very rough, you understand. So this is actually a continuous line all the way around, and you see it's a little square. What you would do when you've finished just this one part, see when that goes square, the cursor goes square, like you join the end. So now that piece is finished, and then you would go on to the next piece, and work your way around and go all the way around. Then when you finish that, then you would need to go in and edit that and make this more rounded and a much better trace. That you would do for the entire model then, before you could actually get the laser to cut this out. Because what happens is, if you just put this into laser cut and set it to cut, it wouldn't pick an edge, it'd pick the whole of this section and it would do this. Okay, make a bit of a mess of it. I think it's picking that up. That's what it would do, that's what you don't want. So you need to actually make these vectors so the laser has somewhere to follow. And as you can imagine, just doing this would take, it would take you probably 2 hours to do the vectors for something this big. And once you've done it, it's okay, you've done it. And you can use it and use it and use it and use it whatever size you want. But there's a much quicker way to do it using Carveco. So we're going to get out of this one at the moment. Don't want to save it. We're going to drop that down. I'm going to pull up Carveco. Now this is how simple and how quick Carveco can work for you with a laser. You don't have to change the image to anything. You can leave it as a JPEG and just drag and drop it in. At the moment 500 by 500. We'll do it the right size than what I want, which is 50 by 50. Top section up there, because it's a laser. Lasers normally start in this top corner here or this top corner here, but you can really take your pick, deal it in millimeters. It's going to okay that. Let's make it big so we can see what we're doing, and we're going to go to the 2D window. So there it is in the 2D window. I'll keep it as big as that. So we're simply going to use one tool that has a few adjustments in it that we can use, and it's this one, and this is bitmap to vector. Press that. The first thing you do is reduce the colors, because there's 256. In actual fact, these boxes down the bottom here represent the colors that are actually in there. And if you go through them, there's all these colors. And there's 200 or more. So what we're going to do, so Carveco knows exactly what we want it to draw around, is we're going to simply reduce the colors. So by clicking that, it's already reduced it to 32. So it's asking us with this dialog or wizard, how many, do you want to reduce it further? Well, yes, we just want 2 colors. We want black and white, and we want apply. And it's gone. That is now a black and white image, nothing else. Now this is pixel size actually. In other words, ignore less than 2 pixels. So if it was 2 pixels here on their own, okay, it would draw around it. But as there's no pixels there, and I can see the picture is fairly clean, but it's still a little ragged, it's a little pixelated. So smoothness, 75%. That will round everything off and make it all nice and smooth. And simply now what we do is just create vectors. There they are, it's done. However, there's a couple of little tricks. Now what you need to do then is go up to here. I think they're ungrouped. They're ungrouped already. Let's have a little look here. Ungroup the vectors. So that means Each one of these is separate, like that circle in the middle is separate from this one here. We've separated it for one good reason. If we put this into laser cut now, the laser would cut everything there and it would just drop out. But the thing is, you wouldn't have any control over the order of cutting things out. So what you do, and the one that you want left there, and highlight the outer one, because you want that cut out very, very last, and we'll redraw that in laser cut. That's the only one we redraw. So what we do, we come up here to edit and delete that one vector. Okay, so let's just reselect the vectors, because now we're going to save them in a language that laser cut can understand. Export vectors. Come down here. DXF file. Okay, label it so we can understand what it is. And we're going to put it to the desktop. I'm going to save. Okay, so now we can come out of that and bring up laser cut. Okay, so in laser cut we go up here to import desktop, and we scroll down until we find our DXF file, double click, and there it is. And already laser cut has already started working on this. Okay, so what we need to do now is re-put in that outer circle. Okay, we'll just move it a little by using the arrows. That's pretty well there. Don't forget, this is 50mm in diameter, 2 inches in diameter. It doesn't really matter. So the inside, and what you see black, is on a black layer. What we've just drawn now, we're going to put on a blue layer. And there it is there. It's indicated by blue and a blue box. So then what we're going to do is we're going to set this in laser cut to, okay, 30 is a little bit too fast. We don't want the machine to go thrashing around too much. So I'm going to say 20 millimeters per second, that is. Okay. We're going to say 15 I think. So if as we're cutting through card, we're going to use 15 for all of them. And I'm using a type of card now that I haven't really used before. So this is, this is new for me as well. But this is how quick you can now work with Carveco and your laser. Always blowing. Okay it. Now then, that's all the inside done. And you want this one to be cut last. So whatever you see up here, that is what the laser is going to cut first. It will do this in sequential order. So it'll do all the black layer first, then it'll come down and cut the blue layer, which is exactly what we want. So we can set this the same. Always blowing, calculate. Okay, so now we can save that to our drive. So okay, so now we can take it to the laser and cut it. Okay, this is a pin table for holding paper or card so you can successfully cut it on your laser. So I'll just put in a little bit of the making of this, and then we'll go straight to using it. So this is the design for my pin board that I've come up with. Each hole is 3.2 millimeters because that is the size of the shank of the rivet, and they're set 20 millimeters or 2 centimeters apart from each other in all directions, and it's just slightly bigger than an A4 sheet. Okay, so there you are. So what was happening there, some of them will sort of, as the laser cuts the circle, the acrylic is, you know, pretty well molten, and so some of them weld themselves back in, but you can just pop them out. No great drama. But we've got the makings of our pin board. Right, so we put our CAD on the pin board like so, nice and square. Now I've got this squared up. That should be okay. Just there, like that. Now, to get the 0 on this, or to set the lens height, I can now put my plate on top of here, and it will register off this. So we'll do that now. Okay, so we'll set the Z height now. I can tell right away that that's probably a little bit too much heat, so we can knock it back a little bit, but I'll cut it anyway. Well, I hope you liked that video today on making the vectors in Carveco for a laser. And if you have, please press like, subscribe to my channel. And I also have a Patreon page now, if you'd like to pop along there and have a look. And if you could help, I'd be really grateful. So thank you for joining me today, and it's bye for now.